zombie apocalypse.
Good morning, Tinkercad friends. I'm in the mood to make a small house, and I just figured I'd share with you my strategies. First thing I'm going to do is bring out a block, and I am working without a mouse. So, I'm going to type in all my measurements. So I want my wall to be 2 millimeters thick, and I want it to be 40 millimeters across. And I'm going to type those numbers in so that they go exactly where I want. And then I want my height, instead of 20, I'm going to make it 12. When I've got my wall arranged, I am right-clicking using the trackpad so that I can see it the way I want. And I'm going to duplicate that wall by using Control-D. And I'm going to take the second one and move it with the arrow keys. And I want to move it over, and I'm going to switch to the top view. I love being able to click these corners and then click top so I can see better what I'm doing. And I'm going to move it so that it's right on one of the grid lines. And I'm going to take the other one and move it on the grid line so that it is then arranged to the exact size I want the inside of my house to be. So right now I've got to go one click over. Notice my grid is set to 1 millimeter at a time. I'm going to click on that again and use the arrow key to get it right lined up. And then I'm going to take both of these walls and I'm going to grab them both with a large selection tool and do Control-D, and then I want to flip them That's silly. I want to rotate. So I'm going to shut off flip, and I want to rotate those. And I'm going to type again, just because that makes it easier to not mess up. And I want to rotate them 90 degrees. So I've built a cool little house with log cabin kind of walls. I'm going to change those by shrinking them. If I make these 30 on this side instead of 40, I think it'll line up. And then I just have to nudge them into place. I'm going to spread those out so they've got my 40 to the walls. And these will be for the outside walls. I'm just doing this for fun. But I also want it to be 3D printable, so my little house is going to be 34 by 40. I'm going to add a roof really quick by hitting W and setting my work plane to the top of my wall. And I want to grab a lovely little green roof. I'm going to drop it on there. I'm going to keep it aligned the way it is, and I'm going to just stretch it out. I'm going to grab the other corners and stretch it out. I'm going to press W and shut off my work plane by clicking somewhere else on the screen. And I'm going to orbit and take a good peek at my little house. I am pretty darn happy. And zoom in on it so I can see a better look. I'm going to add a door real quick by dropping it on the screen and change its measurements. I'm going to zoom out to that one's exact size so I can see better. These little tools make life a lot cooler when you find them all. To cut out, I got to be at least 2 millimeters thick, so I'm going to set it to 4. That way it's easy to see. I'm going to set my width of my door to 6 because I feel like it. And remember, my walls were 12 high, so I'm going to make my door 8 high. Just numbers I feel like. No mathematical reason. They just work for me. And then I want to have my door sticking part in and part out of my house so that I can select it and group it to cut out my awesome door. And you can see inside the house just like that. I'm going to name my file Simple House. You can make yours much more awesome if you are in my class and you create a house. Make sure you use 5s and 10s and stuff for your measurements, and then I can print it and you can be part of the You Draw challenge. So you could make a super epic house where mine, because I'm traveling and I'm ready to go out and enjoy the pool, is pretty weak. But it does give you the techniques, so have fun and keep tinkering.
Unicorn Zombie Apocalypse.